morning. Yes. It's a beautiful day, a perfect day for a press conference with the fall leaves. And so we are here in the great Southeast Queens advocating for homeowners. And so with that, I want to give the mic to Lori Miller of Neighborhood Housing Services of Jamaica, who will be emceeing the event.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. As you said, Lori Miller. I'm the Executive Director of Neighborhood Housing Services of Jamaica. We are a 50-year-old housing counseling agency, HUD certified, and I am, proud and happy to be here in support of the HOP program. We are a HOP grantee, and it makes possible what we do to help homeowners keep their homes. It is a very important program, so it's very important that we all get behind this and make certain that we can make this happen for our community. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce Attorney General Letitia James.
It is wonderful to be here united in purpose with all of these fabulous community residents. Yay! HOP, otherwise known as Homeowner Protection Plan, is the only program in New York that provides free legal and housing counseling to homeowners in every county of the state. Since it began, HOP has served 170,000 New Yorkers. And my office has supported the program for over a decade, helping its network provide the resources and services to ensure New Yorkers in need can afford to keep their homes.
Thank you.
And our partner organizations, originally we had 90 partner organizations. They help homeowners negotiate modifications, avoid foreclosure, lower their bills, avoid frauds like deed thefts. And we know that here in Southeast Queens, these are not just investments. These are where individuals spend their lives. These are their homes. And it's no secret that as New York faces a housing crisis, more people than ever need support to help realize the dream of owning a home. And that's why I am here today to implore that HOP be codified into the law and that we continue this program for now until eternity. And why do I say that? Because my office has just recently prosecuted a deed theft ring in Jamaica, in St. Albans, that stole homes in foreclosure. Let me say that again. They stole homes in foreclosure. We have cases, active cases, and investigations, not only in Southeast Queens, but Central Brooklyn, in Uptown New York, Manhattan, in Harlem, and in upstate New York. In New York City, 1 in 10 homeowners is either seriously behind on their mortgage or they're facing foreclosure. All you have to do is go to housing court and you can see the docket of individuals obviously are facing foreclosure. And why? We know why. Insurance rates are high. Utility bills are high. Tax liens. Variable interest rates. And 1 in 10 face the possibility of losing their home. And homeowners of color are bearing the brunt. Black and Hispanic New Yorkers are behind on their mortgages at more than double the rate of white New Yorkers. But HOP has been a lifeline for all homeowners. And last year, more than 20,000 individuals received assistance from this program. Over 7,000 in New York City. And these are your neighbors, families, New Yorkers who have been able to stay in their homes and in their community. HOP has been vital in identifying new fraud targeting homeowners. And my office and others take action to protect New Yorkers and to keep their property and to keep their homes. And our allies, all of our partners, they've also helped with recently passed legislation to fight deed theft, which continues to be a major problem. This was a priority for my office and a priority for all of the elected officials who are here today. These new laws will make it easier to keep victims of deed theft in their homes and prosecute the scammers who target them. There is much more work that we can do as public servants to protect New Yorkers. And all of us who are here today, who serve New Yorkers, who wake up each and every day focused on saving their homes, we know that we are prepared to do more. But in this first instance, we are here today to ensure that HOP is codified, to ensure that this program will continue to help New York homeowners year after year. I want to, of course, thank all of the sponsors, all of the leaders who are here today. I want to thank Assemblymember Solage for her leadership of this caucus. I want to thank Assemblymember Anderson for calling me 6 times to make sure, Tish, are you coming? Are you on your way? Do you know the address? I look forward to seeing this essential program enshrined into law. And I know that the hard work of HOP workers and their coalition, I thank them for all that they are doing. Let's work to stabilize families. Let's work to stabilize homeowners. Let's work to stabilize community. Let's protect homes where individuals raise their families, foster community, and realize their dreams. Homes are New Yorkers' most valuable asset, and it's really critically important that we protect their homes. And it's really an honor and a privilege to be here today as we protect their homes. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to recognize Assemblywoman Solage and ask her to come forward.
Thank you so much. I want to thank Lori for taking up the mantle for MC. It's a hard gig, and so you're doing well so far. Good morning, everyone. Thank you to our Attorney General, Letitia James, who really has been committed to ensuring that homeowners are protected. This session, she was boots on the ground with that deed theft legislation, because we know that home ownership is a pathway to the American dream. And so I thank you, Attorney General. Thank you. We are in Southeast Queens today, a hard-hit community during the foreclosure crisis. And we, as a caucus and as individual members, are here to reaffirm our commitment to protecting homeowners, and especially the Homeowners Protection Program, HOP, as we affectionately call it. It has helped thousands of homes stay in the hands of homeowners, of New Yorkers. And when we talk about the crisis that happened in 2009, alone, we saved 2,000 houses here in Southeast Queens. And for years, HOP has provided high quality, free services. It's the best bet that New York has done. It provides all of what the Attorney General has mentioned, whether it's loan modification, counseling, and more. And the legal services provided and the home counselors are really godsend. They are here helping people through this complex process, and I thank them every day. Thank you so much for what you do. And so we are here to reaffirm our commitment to HOP, to say that home ownership should be accessible to all. We should keep homeowners in their homes, and we should make sure that we are breaking down any sort of barrier when it comes to home ownership, whether it's legal hurdles or discriminatory practices. We should be making sure that we provide HOP for those who need it. And it's one of the few housing programs that exist. And so in this year's budget, we provided $40 million for HOP. And that is a short-term investment. That means it's only for this year. And, you know, Senator Kavanaugh and I decided that we need to ensure that we push for HOP to be a permanent program. So I thank all my colleagues here and the many colleagues who actually supported this legislation. It passed through the Assembly, it passed through the Senate, and we are going to send it to the governor soon. But we just don't want to wait. We want to ensure that every homeowner, every person in New York understands that this program is accessible to them. And so I'm going to say the HOP number for those who are watching virtually, because this is a program that's free for all. It's 855-466-3456. Anyone can call that number. There's no insignificant question. There's no, or as they say, no stupid question, no silly question. If you have a concern, please use the number, because the people on the other side are really here to help us, and they are such kind souls and provide so much information. I could tell you from my office, many people have been saved because of the people on the other line. So thank you for what you do. So making HOP permanent will provide stability for our communities, stability for these nonprofit organizations that actually can plan long-term and enhance programs. And knowing that HOP is permanent will make sure that families in New York are secured, especially during this affordability crisis. So every homeowner should have a chance to resolve their legal issues, have access support to prevent foreclosure, and make payments on their mortgage, and to stop scammers from taking away their most valuable asset. So let's continue supporting HOP and also make sure that HOP is permanent for the future for all New Yorkers, irrespective of any administration. So with that, I thank you, and I thank my colleagues for supporting this.
Next, I'd like to invite our State Senator Leroy Comrie.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm late. Today's my wife's birthday. I'm blaming my lateness on her. Yeah, no, I'm blaming my lateness on her. That's all good. But I'm glad that we're here today speaking about HOP. I'm glad that it's Assemblymember Salages, who is doing so many great things as the chair of the caucus, staying focused on the major issues that we have to deal with as a caucus. My colleagues that are here today, Assemblymember Vanell and Assemblymember Hyman that are here as well. Lori, good to see you from NHS, and all of the nonprofits and the folks that are providing help for people that are in true need. This is a program that there's no need for the governor not to sign this immediately. There's no need for the governor not to codify this and stop the back and forth that we have to worry every year about whether or not the $40 million is in the budget to make this happen. It should be a $100 million program, not a $40 million program. And it should be codified every year because we're saving homeowners, we're preventing homelessness, we're stopping people from being displaced. It's a program that has direct benefits for our state. It can save thousands of people from worrying about being in their homes and worrying about figuring out a place to move to. There's nowhere to go in this state. Everything is ridiculously high. We need to keep people where they are so that we can help maintain their properties as well. Another issue with HOP is that we need to make sure that folks that are in their homes can maintain their homes, and working with these nonprofits to make sure that they can continue to pay their mortgage, to continue to be able to live in a decent location is critical. So I want to thank the Attorney General, who is the People's Attorney General, for being here this morning, being on time, coming all the way from Brooklyn, and I'm making me feel really bad about it. But yeah, she was early. Oh man. But she truly is the people's lawyer. Letitia James has never disappointed this community, this state, or this country, and she's continuing to fight for those things that are important to us. So I could go on and on, but it's all been said already. This is a program that the governor should call this bill up, sign it, and make sure that we increase it from $40 million to $100 million, because the state homeowners deserve it. State homeowners are triple prime voters. We want to go there, because once you own your home, you're voting. We're in voting season, so I can say we all need to go vote this week. I can say that. I don't have to say who. But the governor should remember that homeowners are triple prime voters and get this done. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce Assemblymember Khalil Anderson, who has my cell phone number and does me like he does you. Assemblymember Anderson.
I only called y'all once. No, I called a lot. I did. I don't want to lie before the election. Thank you all so much for being here today. To the press that's here, to our elected colleagues who are here, but most importantly, the homeowners, the ones that are impacted, who are here today. We thank you for coming out of the shadows. This is a very painful and personal thing to experience foreclosure or to experience any type of legal fight or battle. And I'm grateful that you all are standing with us here today to say that we need justice for our homeowners by getting and pushing the governor to sign the HOP legislation into law and codify it once and for all. I want to thank the Attorney General for her long-standing work. Tish, thank you so much for your long-standing work on this issue. You know, she has stayed steadfast and focused on this issue, and we're grateful that we have a champion at the highest levels of government. We thank you, Tish. I'm also thankful to Chair Salages, who's the chair of the Black, Puerto Rican, Asian, Latino Legislative Caucus, whose bill this is, and who understands from Long Island to Hudson Valley, from the Rockaways to Springfield Gardens, that we need protection for our homeowners. Thank you, Mickey. Folks, we are here because it's important that we stop playing politics with people's lives, that we ensure that this program is codified into law, that we don't have to do this annual budget dance and begging whomever the governor is to prioritize homeowners. Homeowners are people, their family, their communities. And when we are a state that are having folks leaving in droves, we have to find ways to protect them and keep them here. And this is one proven program. But let's put a number to those families and to those faces by saying that just in the first quarter of this year, Queens has experienced over 191 foreclosures. Wow. And guess where the capital of those foreclosures are? Right here in the 31st Assembly District, right here in Springfield Gardens, right here in Southeast Queens. So when we're talking about losing Black population, when we're talking about losing Hispanic population, when we're talking about New Yorkers leaving the state, we're talking about individuals that slip through the crack because folks want to play politics with people's lives. And so I urge the governor to sign the HOP legislation that Senator Kavanaugh and Chair Salages have, so that we can grow this program, just like Senator Comrie mentioned, right? We know $40 million, and the providers who are here today can tell us it's not enough. It's not enough, right, providers? So we know that even this pittance of $40 million is not enough to save the thousands of families that are at risk to deed theft, that are at risk to the many other things. But one story that stands out the most, I'm not sure if I can name her, but that's okay. She knows who she is. I had a homeowner in South Ozone Park who said that she went to court and battled on her own and saved her own home, battling against an unfriendly court system. And she was successful. But that shouldn't be. Right. Folks should have the legal support, the counseling support to restructure, to refinance, to do the things that they need to keep their homes. And so I'm grateful that we're fighting this fight. I'm grateful that we're here in Springfield Gardens today. I'm grateful that we're in the 31st Assembly District today, but I don't want to have this press conference. We shouldn't be here, but we are here because the ears at the highest levels of government have not been responsive. But I'm glad we have a partner in Tish, and I'm glad we have a partner in all the housing councils here that are looking to stand in the gap to make sure that we can hop towards a stronger future. See what I did there? Yeah. All right. So let me decrease so that I can increase the next speaker. But again, thank you all. It's a very serious matter, and it is my hope that this press conference gets the proper viewage from our executive and that we get this bill signed. Thank you guys so much. Let's hop along.
Our next speaker is Assemblywoman Alicia Heineman.
Good morning, everyone, and I know that Anderson, we're at Faye's house, so let's all thank her for being in her driveway this morning. Yep, that's right. Everything has been said. I want to thank the bill sponsor, the chair of the Black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, and Asian Caucus, our Attorney General, my colleagues, and all of the groups that are gathered here today. I just want to tell you a little bit about this community and how it got to be where it is. The Great Migration that we talk about in history sent a lot of Blacks to the north. And once they settled in Brooklyn and Manhattan, a lot of them worked hard and then bought their houses in this area right here in Southeast Queens. They've built their families, they've built wealth, and for Black families, the house is sometimes the sole source of building wealth in the community. So it's no accident why we're here today, because this piece of legislation that we've talked about for the last, I think, 5 years, while the money has increased, needs to be in law. We talk a lot about tenants, and sometimes the homeowners get lost. And so I'm really glad to stand with my colleagues in the groups that you see before you to talk about why it's so important to get this codified into law so that the budget dance does not include us. That the budget dance does not say, okay, we put this in the assembly and the governor takes it out and the Senate doesn't add. This will be in law so that we don't have to do this dance. One less dance on our dance card between January and April. Or, May if you stretch it out too long. But I really have to say to the families that are gathered here, the families, sometimes it is personal and private, and we don't get the help to them until it's too late. But I know I said everyone to Lori Miller because I know the work that agency does is for all of Southeast Queens. And NHS Jamaica, we have to make sure there's another NHS Jamaica, the staff and the work that you do is commendable. And thank you very much for being dedicated for the last 50 years. So as we want to decrease the outmigration in this state, let us remember it's a long historical path that got us here. And we're here to stay, and that's why we're all gathered here this morning to make sure that we're representing the communities that represent us. And so when I go early vote today, because I think the lines will be a little shorter, these are the kinds of things that we want to make sure that Southeast Queens remains the bastion of Black wealth, a bastion of home ownership, and a bastion of goodwill to make sure that all of us do our part because we're building the future generations right here in Southeast Queens. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Assembly Member Clyde Bennell.
Good morning, everyone. So first, I'd like to thank Neighborhood Housing Services that have done a lot of work for our community to make sure that people stay in their homes. Also, I'd like to recognize Attorney General James, whose office has been working hard to make sure that people keep their homes all across the state. As a matter of fact, Attorney General James's office has been fighting unscrupulous banks, the bad actors and investors in real estate to make sure people can keep their homes. Today has been a day about making sure that we protect HOP, making sure we protect the Homeowners Protection Program. It's about housing. We don't want people to lose their homes. We want to make sure that we secure housing all across the state. But it's about something else. It's about wealth. It's about generational wealth. This is a program to make sure that we secure the middle class and the working class all across the state. But even deeper than that, there's a sad statistic that we all know when folks say that Blacks and Latinos are worth less than the average non-Black family. And the trend is getting worse. But with that statistic in the desert, there's an oasis in Southeast Queens, in Central Brooklyn, if you're a homeowner. But what happens when you lose your home? What happens when a home on a block is lost? Millions of dollars of generational wealth lost. Gone. And it happens too often in our neighborhoods. And it happens in silence. This program changes that and turns that around. We want to make sure that we hold generational wealth. We want to make sure that people can keep their homes. This program keeps a coalition of 89 organizations across the state so that you can make sure that you can work in confidence with these organizations. It's free. We want to make sure that we stop foreclosure. We stop deed theft. We make sure that you can stay in your home for high taxes and for utility bills. We have a whole plethora of services that we can provide to homeowners. We want to make sure that they're available to you, that you know about it. We also want to make sure that the governor signs this bill. It's really important for us to codify this so that we don't, as my other colleagues say, that we don't have to come back here again and again and again. My message to the homeowners that are having problems, contact the number. We're here to help, and we're going to continue to do so, and we'll stand together to do so, and let's make sure we urge the governor to sign HOP into law. Thank you.
So we're going to switch it up a little bit and ask to hear from a homeowner. I'd like to ask Doreen, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Goggins, who's the president of the FHA Homes Resident Council.
Thank you. Okay, thank you all. It's nice to see a lot of people. And this program is new to me. And Assembly Anderson, he keeps me informed. I am the president for the FHA Homes Resident Council. And it's a cluster of homes which are multi and single dwelling residents. These residents, we're in the process of becoming homeowners, and I'm there to represent so many people, residents, and they've been in these homes for many years. So we're trying to create a pathway to help them. But this program, HOP, this is new, but I was reading, it sounds very good. And this is what the people need. You know, we all have to come together and do the right thing, and the quality of life is everything to everyone. That's a person's dream, legacy. And to keep the people informed and keep them up with resources, they need that. And all of us fighting together to keep this bill, it will work for a lot of people and for the many more to come. So, like I said, I vote yes for this bill to stay in place.
Woo! I'm with her.
And I appreciate the invitation. And God bless everybody.
Bless you.
I'd like to invite Mr. Johnny Hines from the 149th Street Ozone Park Civic Association.
All right.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning. First, I want to say thanks for everybody who spoke before me. I'm not going to go down the list, but I appreciate everybody. All I know is Atisha James. That's all I know. Okay. That's all I need to know. Like I said, I'm going to apologize. My vice president, who's Alicia Cook, she had another engagement, so she called me up. So would you go down there? I said, heck yes. I will go down there because this is a bill that we got to pass. This bill has to help homeowners. We're not going to bash the government. I know the government is going to do their thing. I know they're going to pass this bill. All I can say is that we have to go, and like I said, I'm from the Civic, and I have my colleagues behind me from the Civic. We, as a Civic, going to go out there and push this because a lot of homeowners don't know about this. They wait till they lose their home, and like the young gentleman said right here, excuse me, we have to reach out to him before they lose their home. So I'm going to make sure my job and the Civic job, the 149 Civic, is going to pass this bill. We're going to go out there and fight. That's all I got to say. Thank you so much.
I'd like to invite Mr. Jacob Inwall, the Director of the Litigation, Economic Justice, Legal Services in New York City.
All right.
Thank you. I'm going to keep my remarks brief because we've heard from so many people and many of the members have heard me testify about this subject, so I'm going to spare you all of that. I do want to thank the members of the legislature and Attorney General James. We are very blessed in New York to have such stalwart champions, really going back, for well over a decade as we endure this annual exercise of trying to prevent the HOP program from being defunded. Everyone has talked about the need for stable funding. And everyone has already talked about how this is a issue that disproportionately impacts communities of color. I know this from the work that we do. I'm here representing the legal services providers of the HOP network who are actually working with homeowners across the state, and we have the statistics to back it up. And we see what the current default rate looks like, and the default rate for Black and brown homeowners is substantially higher than it is for the white population. I want to mention on the subject of deed theft, we had wonderful legislation that was enacted this past year, but that is legislation that provides redress and help for people who have already been victimized by deed thefts and other types of fraud. HOP is the only prevention program that we have. It's people wind up in the hands of scammers if they haven't made their way to the HOP network, who are trusted advisors who provide free services. You're not going to sign away your deed to a scam artist if you are working with a HOP provider. That just is not going to happen. So as important as it is that we've made these improvements to the law around deed theft, this is the most cost-effective tool that we have that prevents people from falling victim to deed thefts. HOP is prevention. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the next speaker because I could go on forever. But thank you so much for all the support, Attorney General James, and all of the members who have been such champions for us. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Christy Peel, who's the CEO of the Center for New York City Neighborhoods. And that's the organization that brings agencies like NHS of Jamaica and the legal services agencies that are HOP grantees together.
Good morning, and thank you to NHS of Jamaica for hosting us, bringing us all together. Obviously, we are so lucky to have Attorney General James leading this fight for so many years now, going back to when you were a public advocate. We love working with you. Thank you to the caucus and Chair Solage. We really have been so fortunate to be fighting together for homeowners every year in Albany. And I think my goal here today is to tell homeowners you're not alone. You have organizations like NHS of Jamaica, you have Margaret, you have Brooklyn A, you have Legal Services in New York, you have JASA, you have Queens Legal Services. We are all part of the Homeowner Protection Program, and we're all here to help you. So do not ever struggle alone by yourself in trying to save your home. We're here to help. And also, I'm here to invite the governor to join this amazing coalition. This group of homeowner champions, from civic organizations, Black associations, community groups, the assembly. This is an amazing group, right? She should be here with us, signing the HOP codification bill and making sure that this safety net that wasn't here before the foreclosure crisis, when NHS was serving homeowners before 2008, right? We're here now, make it permanent, codify HOP, sign the bill, join us. We'd love to have you by our side in making HOP permanent. So thank you for all being here. Let's do it.
Yay, let's do it.
And I want to just make a plug for another initiative that was funded by the Attorney General's office, and it was called Protect Our Homes. There was mention made of the fact that certain communities like Southeastern Queens and Central Brooklyn have been targeted for deed theft. And so NHS of Jamaica, along with several other legal services agencies, we got together and we decided that instead of working in a silo, that we wanted to work together. So NHS of Jamaica, Legal Aid Society of Queens Jamaica Branch, Brooklyn Legal Services Corporation A, and JASA, Legal Services for Elder Justice, we formed what we called the Queens Protect Our Homes Coalition. And so we educate people. If people come to NHS of Jamaica for foreclosure and their issue really requires legal assistance, then we refer them out to. And it's not just call JASA, call Brooklyn Legal. It's we do a soft handoff. So we give our colleagues some update, and they do the same thing. They refer people to us. So it's very important. I have here where is she? Tamara Del Carmen from Brooklyn Legal Services Corp A is here, and she actually was able to bring a homeowner that was helped under the HOP program, and he's going to speak. So
Hi everyone, I would like to introduce our client, Mr. Luis Molina, who was about to lose his home and came to Brooklyn A for services. Why don't you?
Definitely. My name is Luis Molina. I'm retired. I spent the past 26 years working for New York City Transit. I hurt, broke my neck, was in wheelchair for 3 years. This much to lose my house, and the worst moment of my life when my wife was fighting cancer. And HOP took me in the hands, and today's date my hand is update, or the bills update. My wife got a little more than pleased. Actually, she's free of cancer today.
Woo! Amen.
This program is one of the best programs that I ever found. And I was this much to walk out of that office the first day that I went there. Because I went to so many offices before, and there was like you feel like they tricking you, they wanna find out about your house and then give it to the next person to sell it faster, and just you done. This program is the best ever, and I hope it continue, and I will support it the rest of my life when I'm being on life. I will support it 100%. They gentle, kind. Even if they often call me to say hi, I'm doing. I mean, it was the best program ever that I've been on it. And after being working for 26 years in transit, this is more. This program became more family than my own coworkers, and I spend a lot of time with them. But this is the best. I mean, I hope that they keep helping more people, more ever and ever, because it's I hope it never close. I mean, it would be a shame for New York City to close a program like this. This is what we need for people like me, people that be worse than my position, that can be work after working so many years. Some of us work for the city, some of us work independently, some of us pick up cans to start a crime. It's a job. They pay for those 5 cent taxes. Because right now I pick them up and I'm not ashamed. So, I mean, whatever I could do to keep this program on support and strong, I'm here to support it 100%.
I don't know. Do we have any other HOP assisted homeowners here? Anyone? Well, maybe not. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up. But I just want to say, that's why we do what we do. That's why my counselors are talking to people at night. That's why people call. What happens is Assemblymember Anderson, for instance, is call Lori Miller. So I get the first call, and I find out what's going on, and then I hand it off. But this is a very needed program. You look around this neighborhood, you see beautiful homes, well kept, and what we don't know is that people are struggling in this community. People are at least almost 50%, between 47 and 49% of the homeowners have said that they are housing burden. That means they're spending more money to stay in their homes. And all it takes is an illness, a divorce, a major home repair like a roof going or a boiler, and they are thrown into major distress. And we
just have one more homeowner that wants to speak.
We do?
Yeah.
I'm reading a speech from one of our homeowners. Okay. This is Stephanie Laws from Margaret Community. Good afternoon. Well, it's not afternoon yet, but good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Mr. Anderson. My name is Stephanie Laws. I'm the housing director for Margaret Community Corporation. We're a nonprofit on the peninsula in Rockaway. We're still part of Queens. Okay, we're still part of Queens. Yes. Okay. And I always say NHS of Jamaica is our sister agency, because sisters and brothers in arms, because we work for the same purpose, helping homeowners that are struggling in foreclosure. I like to read the speech because one of our homeowners couldn't make it today. His name is Mohammed Diallo, and he wanted to let the people know how good our program was in helping him and his family. His community, which is ours, is Arverne in Queens. It's a family-oriented community, working people, and very peaceful. It means everything to him. His kids grown up there, and all of the neighbors of our family, all of his neighbors is family. If he had lost his house, he don't know where his family would be. This program, especially Margaret Community Corporation, helped him get through a difficult time. And we saw Mr. Diallo, I think, almost every week? Yes, every week. He came by. We had to offer him coffee. At one point, we thought we was going to have lunch with him. We're like, okay, we're ordering lunch, sit down. And we just wanted him to feel that our agency was there, assisting him, helping him. And if we had to break bread with him, we could do that too. Okay. So he was very happy that the program was created. A lot of people would have lost their way of life, especially in Black and brown communities. I'm asking the elected people of this community to help us for this program to not end, because if that happens, it would be a disastrous to all of the families, not just in Rockaway, but in Queens and the state of New York in general, the ones who live here, including him. Thank you for all of the hard work that you are doing for us. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
I'll see you later.